So, welcome back to Great Value Gamers.
Bienvenidos, amigos.
That's
Me llamo ABG.
and I don't know what the fuck he said, but
Okay, I said bienvenidos. Alright, welcome to Spanish lessons with ABG. Bienvenidos means welcome. Mi llamo means my name is, and then you say your name after that.
Man, I really wish I could fake you on.
Really wish I could fake. Fuck off. Hey, I'm trying to teach you another language, alright?
I already know one really good language. It's called German.
German is just English, but angry.
Yeah, and that's why it's so cool.
Friend is literally, what was it? Freund?
Yeah, Freund.
Freund. It sounds like something I would come up with if I was trying to, like, say friend in English, but, like, as a goofball. As a silly little guy, you know?
So yeah, you want to talk about my job? Because
Yes, talk about your job.
So yeah, I was talking to ABG about my job that I got in like January, and just how like there really isn't. I don't have any funny stories to tell about any people because most people who I work cart pushing. It's a pretty shit job, but but I mean I got it because I did not want to work cashier.
Cart pushing in Asda.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's the British equivalent of where you work.
I guess you're right. I don't see anything wrong with that. Fuck! No! Let me up! Let me up! Oh my god! I gotta
Let me
go.
up!
God. This is getting ridiculous. We are going in a fucking circle. I got you. Okay. Alright, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna go in this circle. And if I don't make it this time, we're canceling the Let's Play. Oh my god, get down. Get out of here.
Alright. We're gonna have to set a ground rule, alright? No saying funny things while I'm taking a drink.
I didn't think that was funny.
It was funny enough to make me go. It was a chortle. You got a chortle out of me. I chortled.
Okay, well, so my job usually doesn't have too many fucking weirdos hanging around. I mean, actually, well, I haven't seen any weirdos. I think the weirdest thing was a guy selling bread outside the store.
Based. Honestly, it'd be even more based if, like, he bought it at the Walmart. Right? And then he was like, alright, well, now I'm gonna resell it.
I mean, maybe that's why they didn't want him on the property. They told me, if you see that guy, tell him to leave. And I'm like, I don't feel like... I got this job so I wouldn't have to talk to people. Like, my bosses are the exception. I ain't talking to nobody. Unless that the words you need to say to me are, hey, do you want this cart? Then I'm not talking to you.
Yeah.
But most people are really nice on the job. They're like, they'll always give you their carts if they're passing by and they don't have any use for it. They often say thank you for taking the carts.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yeah.
I wish they said that. They might as well be saying that.
When you're out there, could you, like, just, like, put in earbuds and just zone the fuck out? Listen to music
while I'm working?
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be able to, but but shh, I do. What are they gonna do? Stop me? Fire me? Who are they gonna replace me with?
Joe Biden? No.
Joe Biden working as a car pusher.
Just reminded me of that video with the dude flipping burgers on the grill. And all I'm thinking about right now is Joe Biden after the presidency.
Flipping burgers. Becomes the editor for Dreams content, actually.
Oh god.
Oh my
Bad
god.
ending.
The bad ending?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of bad endings and good endings, let's talk about Low Tier God.
Ooh.
And what I'm calling Low Tier God's redemption arc. Now, clip. Oh god. What the fuck? It's turned into a horror game.
They're racist.
Oh god. It's the Ku Klux Klan. Shit.
Offhand fun fact, but the first time I ever heard about the Ku Klux Klan was from some Call Me Johnny's video on Zelda 2. He offhandedly called like one of the fucking wizards like the Ku Klux Klan. And I was like, yeah, that's a funny word. Then I learned like what it was like later that week. I was like, oh,
Interesting.
huh. As you were saying.
But by the way, so Low Tier God recently on stream said, I don't remember the exact quote, but he said something along the lines of this. I'm going to try and quote it directly. I don't see how people can be fed up with other people wanting to be transgender. Right? And he describes it in the most him way possible, right? He describes it as like, you know what it should be like when like someone says they want to change their gender, It should be like you just woke up and you smelled the air. Like, it should just be normal. Like, in the year 2023, after all the shit we've seen, and you're ticked off by someone wanting to change their gender.
Yeah, that's
and it's like,
based.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm thinking, all right, he might be on some redemption arc shit.
I mean, it's crazy because not too long ago. I don't know when, but I remember like hearing him say like a lot of trans slurs. So like, but then again, he always says fucking. He loves slurs.
Yeah.
Like fucking, he calls black people black slurs. I have a video of him calling somebody an ape. Calling him out. He's like, "What's your problem, black man?" I'm like, "Low tier god, friendly fire." Those I don't want to say the word I'm thinking. I mean, I can say the hard R N word, but this is the word. I'm new to this one. He called him a fucking. And I mean, it's not even really like I mean, I was literally reading Naruto and they were calling Gaara this word. So I mean, I guess not in all instances it is considered a slur. But I love the fact that he says like he would say he's like fucking spook, and I'm like, the fuck does that mean? I'm like, I don't know what that means, but it's probably a bad word. Hearing him say it, and I just died.
What the fuck happened?
I accidentally pressed the jump button.
Oh, I see.
Just hearing him using these slurs against his own race, it's so like it's not. I'm like, bro, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, how can you be racist to your own people and not be conservative? Look, I'm gonna be honest. Being black and conservative is like a paradox.
On God, dude. I think I fucking stay awake at night thinking about that shit. Right? Like how people of color can like, you know, be conservative. I'm like, how the fuck does that work?
Like, I'm sorry, but they're fighting against us.
Exactly. Oh, yo, by the way,
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask you, as a person of color yourself, how do you feel about that term?
Person of color?
People of color.
It's not the worst thing. There's worse things to be called.
Worse.
So.
Yeah, that is true. Okay. Because I someone who I watch every now and then, Chris Raygun, stated that he doesn't think that you can just add "of" to colored people and make it okay.
I get where he's coming from.
Yeah.
I honestly, I just don't care that much. Like, it's weird because, you know, I've said my piece about the socio-political times of 2020 and how it was kind of weird in hindsight.
Mm-hmm.
How we let a lot of weird things about black people kind of just slide. I mean, trying to not be racist, a lot of my friends ended up being racist. It's very funny. Actually, like, I think, like, this isn't really a case of that, but one thing I was thinking about in hindsight, because I saw, like, a tweet, it's like, if you draw your black characters with, like, pink blush, fuck you, you're not racist, but you're, like, I think the implication was that you're ignorant. I'm just sitting here. I always draw my black characters with pink blush. I'm like, I just didn't know. I didn't even think black people could blush. Like, can we? Like, I genuinely don't think black people can blush, but that's just an experience. I'm ignorant. I'm not racist. I'm just ignorant. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just feel like some people think that white people just, like, inherently, like, when it comes, especially drawing black people, just, they're racist. They're like, I gotta draw them in the worst way possible. Like, these days, I just think sometimes it just comes from ignorance. And when me, a fellow black person, sometimes just doesn't know, I'm just like, look, guys, we gotta be a little less mean about this kind of stuff. Just be civil. Yeah. Sometimes these crackers are ignorant. I love calling white people crackers. I'm sorry.
I do too.
I don't know why, but I need to segue this into, like, my only bad work experience so far. Interesting subject. We talking about crackers and going, oh, workplace experiences. Okay, I hope nothing bad's down here. All right, but yeah, because interesting enough, my only bad working experience wasn't even on my job. It happened while I was on break and while I wasn't at Walmart. So what happened was I went to the gas station that's nearby, right? I go and I'm looking for a specific type of thing there, and I'm like, oh, they don't got it. So I look around for anything else, and I just leave. And I'm thinking, that looks kind of sus, but I think anybody with a brain would know that I'm just looking around.
Yeah.
In comes person without a brain, out the door, saying, hey, why are you stealing? And...
Really?
Yeah, here's what I do. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh my fucking God, here we go. And I'm like, all right, let me be civil about this so we can get this over with. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. I wasn't stealing. I was just looking around, like, let him check my pocket. I open up all my pockets, which I had a lot that day. I was wearing a coat, because it was cold. I was wearing a coat, my work jacket, and I also had my hoodie underneath that. And so I had, like, 20 fucking pockets. Mm-hmm. So I let him check, And instead of going, oh, I'm sorry, it's all good, man, and leaving, dude just pats his sides and leaves. And I'm just like, all right. And I under my breath, I just go, dumb fuck. But it gets better.
Oh.
So the next week I come in, and I immediately go in looking for the same thing. And of course, it's not fucking there. This gas station's fucking stupid. I didn't realize if a Walmart had it. So, maybe I should have just gone there, with the place I work.
Yeah.
But I go in, and immediately this guy he works behind the cashier. So
Yeah.
this old fuck comes up, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave because I think you're gonna steal. I remember too, and I gotta stop to explain what I did. I'm gonna show you what I did first. I just go. I just turned around fucking menacingly, and I said, "The fuck did you just say?" I'm like, he said, "I just think you're gonna steal." I'm like, all right, Sherlock. What evidence do you have to suggest I will? Well, yesterday I thought you were stealing. All right, but I let you check my pockets. Well, I didn't check all of you. I said you could, and you didn't. He was like, well, I didn't check. All right then. You didn't check me. You have no proof to suggest I will. Alright, but if you do, I was like, and I forgot what led to this, but he said, I told him, I work at the store nearby. I wouldn't steal from a store right next to that. And he's like, because they know, they fire me. And he's like, yeah, I know. And I'm pretty sure you've been stealing from Walmart too. Like, there's been guys stealing, you and your friends. I'm like, how do you know? How do you know it was me? Do you have any proof, Sherlock? And he was like, no, I just think. And I'm like, you are literally accusing me based on nothing. It's like, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm like, how old are you? Like 64? 64 years, and you've never pulled out a dictionary? Never used the internet? Wow. I'm like, and I told him, to his face, you'd be better off in a fucking museum next to the dinosaurs and working in the back.
Oh, that is so fucking based! Holy shit.
I told, he was like, alright, he's like, okay, I can't, you haven't been stealing, okay, fine, I haven't seen you stealing, but if you do, because you might, he didn't say that, but he was basically saying that,
yeah.
I will call the police on you and I'll get you fired. And I was like, really now? And I didn't say this, I wanted to say, the police are just going to arrest me, and unless they somehow manage to kill me, they're not really going to be able to do anything, they'll just let me go. But I just said, I'm just going to let this dumb fuck live in his delusions of being some super cool white cop guy. And I just said, alright, I'm just not going to shop here if that's how you're going to treat me based on, nothing. I told my boss about this, and he was pissed. He was like, yeah, you should be treated like that, all for, nothing. So we called his boss, and they called the boss, he told his boss about that. And he told the boss over there, and they got me in contact with some of the higher-ups of that company. And I got a call from one of the higher-ups. He was like, yeah, I'm so sorry about how you were treated. That's not allowed. That's unprofessional. I'm going to get him fired. And he was cussing him. I'm even he was cussing him the fuck out. He was like, that son of a bitch had no right to treat you like that. That fucker, he's fired. He's, if you get his name, he's fired. But I haven't gone back there. But I do plan on going back there to get his name. And I'm going to see if he, I don't know if he knows, because I assume they told him. They at least gave him a warning before they did anything. I don't expect them to just fire a guy.
Yeah.
But I vowed. I told my boyfriend this. I vowed. To him, I said, I will get him fired. He is fired. I don't like having people get fired, but you don't cross me like that. You don't fuck with me like that. You're as good as fired. But honestly, I'm just proud of that thing I told him. I'm proud of my comebacks. My comeback game was unreal that day.
Wow. That's fucking insane.
On one hand, I'm mad about it, but I think I left proud of my comebacks. I left that dude shaking. But the reason I haven't gone back is simply, it's just, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like causing I don't feel like causing a scene, but maybe someday I'll work on getting him fired. But God,
do you know for sure if he's still there?
I actually don't know, but I'm pretty sure I've seen his old fuck haircut around.
Okay.
I will probably have to go inside to see, but I don't know. But God, it's a stupid story, but it's also really funny based on how I acted. The second time around, I was like, all right, fuck you. I'm just gonna roast you.
That's fucking amazing. That's genuinely amazing.
The head turn still gets me in my head. I'm just like, man, imagine the head turn from his perspective. Seeing this 5'5" black kid just turn and look at him like he was gonna fucking kill him. But God, yeah. My job actually, so aside from that, my job has been pretty not bad. The worst thing that happens recently has just been, oh God, yes. So yesterday I got to work at 4 p.m. And usually that means my first break is at 6, and then my lunch is at like 8, right? But for some reason, my boss moved it to like 7 without telling me. And when she came by, it was like, "Hey, you were supposed to be at your lunch an hour ago." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "My lunch is usually at 8." Well, and she's mad at me for not knowing. I'm like, "Well, today it's at 7." And I'm like, "Well, I didn't know. Nobody told me." And I was like, "I'll have to go check and see." And I checked. I was like, and then I left. I was like, "Wow, wish you told me." I was like, "Wow, wish somebody told me." Like, I'm really chill with my boss, but I was just like, "Look, if you're gonna be mad at me, you gotta tell me first." I get, like, when you have corporate fucking evil corporation guys, like, breathing down your throat telling you have to have your employees out at this time and that time, you might get a little tense, so you might be tense with your employees, but look, you just gotta tell me, and I'll be chill about it.
Yeah.
I'm the type of guy, like, my fucking employers, like, the people I work with, even though I refuse to talk with them, they really like me because I work way too hard. Like, I go out there, I'm like, I go to work, I'm like, I don't want to work at all today, but then I'll actually kind of work a lot on the lot. I'll get everything cleared out by the end of the day. But they'll be like, "Damn, you work way too hard." I'm like, "I know." Like the fucking, especially the maintenance guys, they like not having to pick up after like the cart pushers do nothing all day.
Yeah.
They like having me doing the last shift because they like how I actually do the job. But I think my other employees do pretty good jobs. It's just that late at night it's much easier to get all the carts inside because then you don't have like 10 people going in at once.
Yeah.
Taking all the carts the moment you put them in. I have a rogues gallery of like annoying shit on the job. Like, when you're bringing the carts into the area where you pick them up, what we call the bay, you know, when you have all the carts in a row where we bring them in, I hate it when people just stand in front of the carts while you're pushing them in. Like, that could hit them, and that could get me in trouble, and I'm like, "Please, guys, move." Sometimes people just be having conversations in front of it. I'm like, "Hey," and I have to stop myself from going up and being like, "Hey, you can have conversations, just not in front of here." I gotta bring these in. People who park it, because when it's hard to get. Okay, we have an entrance for our carts, right?
Yeah.
There's like a ramp, and sometimes people park in front of it, and it is the most annoying thing. Every time I see that, I go, "Oh my goodness!" I want to hurt this person. Sometimes people leave their carts out, in fact, in like the middle of the like the road, and I'm just like, I don't care who did this, man, woman, old, young, child, adult, I beat them the fuck up. I don't care who did this. I'm gonna fight them. But most times when for example, when people park in front of the ramp that I need to get the carts in with, they're really chill about it. They're like, "Oh shit, I'm really sorry about that," and then I'm instantly like, "Oh yeah, it's okay," like as if I didn't want to kill them a second ago. Shit, I'm out of rings, yay.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Let's see about that.
Just turn into Supersonic. Oh wait, you can't, because you don't have any rings.
Tails, please let me down. This isn't funny.
Tails.
I'm scared of heights.
Bro.
No! Damn it.
Oh.
Tails, please. He's trying to assassinate me. Goddamn.
I'm actually a double agent, Sonic.
No way. Right.
Yes way. I don't fucking know where that's going.
Yeah, I'm just saying. No way. That's crazy. But I sure didn't ask. Like, imagine him going into my voice like, "That's crazy," but I sure didn't ask.
That's insane, but I sure didn't ask.
Reminds me of this matchup that the hero did, like, around the time the character came out. On, like, Smash, what was it, Smash? What was it, video game, boot camp, was it? This hero just came out, and this guy's playing him. And he fucking beats this guy up who's playing Diddy Kong up, like, really badly. In fact, he gets, like, so many heals, he basically doesn't have any damage on him. And, bro, like, eventually at the end of the game, the Diddy Kong just takes out this controller and leaves. And the hero's just laughing his ass off, and he's like, he goes to, like, the commentary booth, and, like, on camera, he's like, yo, hero, nice! And then he gets really close, and he's like, "I outplayed that, man." Look at...
I mean, props to the Diddy, though. That's probably the best way to rage quit.
Yeah,
just pulling out the controller and leaving.
Yeah, it's also the funniest rage quit in my opinion. Just getting up and leaving.
Wait, honestly, it's great that the combination of the funniest rage quit and also probably the best way to do it just go hand in hand. That's great.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah, when you throw your controller, it's kind of cringe.
Yeah, it's kind of cringe, honestly. Not very base. It's not very baseball. It's kind of cringe ball.
Cringe ball. Phrase I love right there. I love that
AKA dodgeball.
Weak.
No, you know what's cringe ball?
What?
Kickball.
I kind of have to agree with that.
Fucking, let's do baseball but without the bats. Like, it's not fun unless I can.
It's not
like,
gay anymore.
It's not gay anymore. It's not fun unless I can physically hold something and I can use to batter my opponents. You know? In case I
could
lose.
bludgeon them to death.
Exactly. It's not fun anymore.
I think, what was it? Oh, fuck, I forgot what I was about to say. I think I have a really good memory of in first grade. My fucking teacher, he was like a Chad. He was literally a Chad, I'm gonna be honest. My first grade teacher was like the Chad. We would play dodgeball with him, and he'd be the only guy in the other team. And he'd throw balls, the dodgeballs like really fucking good. Like he was just boom, like they'd like whistle like bullets. He'd be like, yo, boom, as they hit the wall.
Holy shit. So it was just kind of like, in a way that's kind of fair, because it's one Goliath versus like kiddos, you know?
God, I'm gonna be honest, I fucking miss that teacher. Dude was like the chattiest of. I have this like very good memory of like, I remember he came in one day and he had like this dot on his fucking hand, right? So what does this guy do? Like he's like, okay, so what happened was that yesterday I went to play like tennis with the boys, right?
Tennis with the boys.
Or was it? It was like actually it was like disc tennis, disc jockey. I don't fuck. That's DJ. That's music. I'm sorry. Disc golf, I think it was. Disc golf with the boys.
Disc golf with the boys.
And I wasn't supposed to be out. My mom didn't want me out, right? And because of that, I lied to her. I got this pink dot on my hand. It's what happens when you lie to your mom. He did that to like try to teach us a lesson about, listening to your parents. Like, God, what a fucking Chad.
Man.
I missed it. Oh my God. One really cool thing he did was back then he could tell that I was like, I mean to be humble. I'm trying to be humble, but he said I was really fucking smart for my age. So what he did was he started teaching me multiplication even though I wasn't supposed to know that yet.
Oh, wow.
And like all the other fucking first graders were like, "What? That's bullshit." Like we should all know that. We should all be taught that. But he only taught me that because he also taught me division too.
Oh, that's actually rad.
Like that dude was like the chattiest of chads. And I'm so mad that like when I came back the next year they fired him.
Oh, they fired him?
Like they fired everybody actually.
Oh, okay.
But like he was honestly one of the probably the top 2 teachers I had.
That sucks.
The top one being my orchestra teacher from junior high.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually still have dreams of being in orchestra because he was that much of a Chad. Dude.
I still remember when you told me about that. What instrument did you play?
Viola.
Yeah, and that was the one that like was garbage and no one gave a shit about, right? Well, so like during like school shooter drills, they place you near the window. Or
That's what he said. He said usually when we have a school shooter drill, I just place the violas by the window. That was somehow not even the funniest thing he ever said. God, Mr. B, if you ever somehow stumble upon my channel, God bless you.
Oh my God,
dude, Mr. B, Mr. Bass. That's what we should have called you.
Dude. Oh my God.
God, Mr. C, more like Mr. Chad.
Yeah. Holy shit.
He teaches high school now, from what I know.
Oh, okay. Right.
Dude, I really wonder what happened to my high school orchestra teacher. Dude was actually, oh hey, it's the death thing. It's the eBay servers are down here. Funny story, before because the last year he taught, there was like a 2-week period where he was just missing. Not missing, he just wasn't around to teach us, and he just didn't explain why. He comes back, and not really drenched in sweat, but I'm going to pretend he was. He was like, guys, I cracked the code, guys. And he explained, he's like, the reason I've been out is because I've been spending spending what's it called, like, all-nighters, right?
Yeah, pulling all-nighters.
Yeah, all-nighters. All-nighters, listening to music backwards, because I realized they all have secret meanings. This man gave us a whole, lesson explaining, this conspiracy theory. I had a lot of trouble understanding if he was serious or not. That dude was, honestly, definitely, he was actually, one of the best teachers I ever had. That was not funny.
That was pretty fun. Man, that sounds fucking amazing.
Dude, orchestra was fucking awesome. I would have loved to continue doing it, but it just fell out of it because wasn't as interested during my senior year. Actually, yeah, Fire's the best one. Look at that.
Honest to God, man, being in those extracurricular activities of just music shit, man. I was a band kid, which I understand has a stigma, right? But honest to God, those were some of the best days of my life.
Yeah,
is when I got to play in band, and I would do it all again.
Me too.
I would not give those up for anything.
They were amazing. Memories. Actually, I forgot it. I'm sorry. I instantly forgot this really good one. Was it 7th grade or 8th grade or 9th grade? When was it? Was it? I can't fucking remember. I guess I'm not gonna talk about it.
Oh, man.
It's so funny how the viola sections was just they hated us. But man,
I think about that like way too much when how they place you on the windows.
I think one thing man, in general, my orchestra teacher was also just, again, a base individual. I remember, dude hated anytime somebody did like self-deprecation. It was like, hey, believe in yourself.
Oh, that's sweet.
I remember one time he felt like, look, guys, I know like you guys are good, but like, why be good when you could be great? Like, you guys are there, but you're like, you guys are good, but you're not there yet. You guys aren't as good as you all could be. Like, the dude was just good at encouraging us all.
Nice.
He gave that last speech when he was really depressed too. Like, man, I have so much respect for that guy. I wish, I feel bad that I wasn't in orchestra the year he taught in high school. Wish there were more funny stories about my high school fucking orchestra teacher though. He was a funny guy. Anyways, I guess we're gonna stop here. We're 26 minutes in.
Damn.
So
Getting all nostalgic now.
Yeah.
Just all the warm, fuzzy memories.
We'll see you all next time.
Your homework for this video is to get nostalgic too.
Yeah, well, hold up. Hidden Palace Zone.
What, is this the last one or?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I can pause. Yeah, okay. We're good.
Okay. Cool.
Anyways, we'll
see you in the next episode. Bye bye.